Hello, I'm Nancy from RapidAIM. We enable the global trade of fruit and veg. Oops. This tiny insect, a fruit fly, causes big problems. It threatens the global fruit and veg export market worth $18 billion. It prevents new markets from opening, and it costs $30 billion in production loss. Fruit fly is the #1 biosecurity barrier to trade of fruit and veg. Monitoring for fruit fly is mandatory to trade, and it's done manually. Millions of traps around the globe are checked every 7 to 14 days. As one small example, these blue dots are the 2,000 traps across Adelaide, checked every 7 to 14 days. Most of the time, they're empty. But when a fruit fly is present, 7 to 14 days in the life of a fruit fly is hundreds of fruit fly babies, or fly maggots in fruit. So what if we knew immediately when a fruit fly enters a trap? Or what if we never had to check an empty trap again? Well, with RapidAIM, we can. We believe in making agriculture smart. We are a new era in biosecurity. We provide a decision support service. Government biosecurity agents and crop advisors subscribe. They receive a real-time alert of the presence and location of fruit fly. This allows them to respond rapidly and control the pest. Our magic is in how we've combined our knowledge of insect behavior with our proprietary sensors and software to create an instrumented grid of low-power smart traps, detects the presence of a fruit fly, and sends the alert to the end user. We've created a sensor that's like a behavioral fingerprint for the insect of interest. We've retrofit our sensor inside fruit fly traps. The fruit fly is detected, and it's communicated via long-range technology. We are part of the Internet of Things. We will generate our value to customers by real-time alerts for a rapid response. This means less damaged fruit, improved workflow, or an 8-fold reduction in labor, and also early warning of future fruit fly hotspots, so it can keep trade flowing. We make our money through a subscription model, similar to a mobile phone, $30 per month per trap for 24 months. This gives RapidAIM a 66% margin. In the near future, we would capture $100 million. Wow, $1 million with 3% of the Australian market. With our current technology, the Australian fruit and veg fruit fly monitoring is worth $22 million. Globally, $388 million. And with our next-gen technology still in the lab to detect sterile insect fruit fly versus wild type for the sterile insect technique programs that are run globally, it's a $5 billion market. But our sensor has broader application domain. For example, biosecurity monitoring in ports around the globe could be worth $160 million. Or if you start to think about the structural pest control industry, for example, termites, in the US alone, it's worth $7.5 billion. So RapidAIM's growth is powered by the network effect. More traps in the region equal more accurate forecasting of fruit fly outbreaks. So neighbors want neighbors to have RapidAIM. It's completely scalable. The power of more data equals more value to our customers. We have a strong and diverse team, globally recognized research in ag and biosecurity, groundbreaking tech and software engineering, and leaders in economics. When we engage our customer with our service offering, they're overwhelmingly positive, and global leaders, such as Walter Inkling from the FAO, has said that RapidAIM will have big impact on program cost and trade. The ask. This is for a service for decision support investment. We have just completed our first semi-commercial trial in Shepparton, the largest growing fruit region in Australia. We have both patented and provisional technology patents. We seek to spin out from CSIRO in October of 2017. We're seeking partners and investments. For example, our first milestone is $1 million, and we hope to be fully commercial in October of 2018. RapidAIM, because we believe in making agriculture smart. Thank you.
Thanks, Nancy. And if we could get the panellists up, tell us about the type of long-range technology you use and how important it is to the Internet of Things.
Right, so we use LoRa technology, so it's like a radio type technology. Our sensor is low power. It uses 2 AA batteries that can last for up to 9 months. It sends the detection signal to the gateway, so we install our gateways, and then the gateway to the cloud.
Okay, and over to the panel.
Thanks, Nancy, that's fantastic, and this really excites me, someone who lives in a chuka and can't grow any fruit at the moment because of fruit fly. My question is, who exactly is your customer? Is it the grower or is it further up the supply chain?
We think we have 2 main customers. Our first one would be crop advisors, so boots on the ground. We would wholesale to them, and then they would on-sell to their customers, which are their growers. Our second big customer is governments, biosecurity agents. So for example, in Australia, the government currently monitors 12,000 fruit fly traps. In California alone, they spend close to $63 million every year monitoring something like almost 200,000 fruit fly traps. So biosecurity agents for government and crop advisors, boots on the ground.
Quick question, good smooth pitch, thank you. First of all, very exciting story. I didn't grab what the security is of your intellectual property. In other words, what is it that will stop someone knocking that off?
So we have 2 patents. So our patents are weapons, probably not shields. And so one is provisional, and the, let's see, how much can I say, because it's a provisional patent, but the uniqueness is in the design of the sensor combined with the algorithms that are underneath it. And so it's the behavior of insects that we know how to combine the 2.
And the second is as much a comment as a question. I absolutely get your value proposition, absolutely get the attractiveness of it. Government as a client can be fickle, and you will be facing things like, it's not the way we used to do it. Is there something that could go wrong with a machine that would send a false positive or a false negative? And then the purchasing decision can be laborious and long. If it were direct to consumer in some fashion, it'll go well.
May I respond to that? The only positive, I agree completely, is that on Monday, Barnaby Joyce announced $2.2 million for a smart trap trial in Shepparton, Victoria, because government too is interested in moving away from manual trapping. So it's a small indication that they're too interested in changing.
We have one question here from the text line. Can you provide more details on the ask? What does the $1 million get me? And that's not my $1 million.
I think you should come talk to us, and we'll tell you the big fairy tale, and that's just the beginning. So thank you for the question, but I want you to come talk to us, and we're going to tell you the big story.
I've just got one quick one, and I suppose it reflects on a number of the same questions to other startups. It's just that distribution piece. So you've talked about government being a client. We've covered that off, and said the advisors to growers. So is there an offtake agreement with a large provider to growing services, or have you connected with those, or is there an agreement in place? Like, what's your scalable access to market, and how can I be sure that the returns are going to come through from that channel?
Yeah, good question. So for our semi-commercial trial that we just completed, we did that with IK Cadwell, who's the biggest horticultural provider in Victoria, and they are boots on the ground, and they have those relationships. Our technology won't replace that. It'll make their job easier. Labor is one of their biggest constraints, particularly when they have to go out and monitor traps. And so that will be our primary distribution channel because of those important features.
Brilliant, thank you.